Donald Trump sounding off over the weekend after what some called a rough week on the campaign trail.
This may sound harsh, but are you in the process of blowing your campaign for president?
I don't think so. I just got great polls from NBC nationwide. I think that we're doing very well. Look, I signed the pledge. They wanted me to sign the pledge, and I'm the one that's being discriminated against. Everybody was worried about me.
I think I'm going to do great with women, yeah, because they want great security.
Barry Bennett is a senior advisor to the Trump campaign. He used to be with Ben Carson. Now he is with Mr. Trump. Barry, it's great to have you back on The Real Story. So we saw Donald Trump all over the airwaves over the weekend and last week. As a senior advisor to him, do you ever recommend potentially that he not do so many interviews, especially after some controversial comments, or what's the strategy with that?
Well, the demand is pretty high, so it's hard not to do them. And, you know, it's free media, and we've literally gotten, you know, hundreds of millions of dollars worth of free media. No other candidate can talk when everybody's talking about you, so there's some strategic benefit to it.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, now, we got our hands on a memo that you apparently sent out to inner circle people within the Trump campaign. You entitled that, No More BS. And here's what you said. America is sick of them, meaning, I think, the media. Their idiotic attacks just remind voters why they hate the Washington establishment. Donald Trump won. Washington establishment / media, 0. So what did that BS memo mean?
Well, you know, I mean, last week, everybody, our opponents, and a lot of the people in the media were saying that Donald Trump just had the worst week over. Could this be the end for Donald Trump? And the Reuters tracking poll started the week at 39-33, and at the end of the week, it was 45-31. We'd gained 6 points. Ted Cruz had lost 2. So if that's the measure, you know, one more really bad week, and this thing is over.
Okay, let's talk about the polls, though, because the other polls have Trump a problem winning the support of women. No surprise there. Meantime, Sarah Palin got a lukewarm response campaigning for Trump this weekend in Wisconsin, and his wife Melania on the campaign trail today. I think she was not at the first event, but I think she's going to be there, right?
She's going to be there tonight, yes.
Okay, so let's look at these polls. The unfavorability among women, the Fox, the Quinnipiac, the NBC, Wall Street Journal, the ABC, Washington Post. Here's what they all say. 67% unfavorability with women, as high as 74%. What do you have to do for your candidate to turn that around?
Well, I mean, you know, everyone likes to show our numbers, but our overall negative rating is about 63. Ted Cruz's is 58. Mitt Romney's is 69. Congress is in the 80s. I mean, you know, you've got to look at these things relatively. But in a general election where Donald Trump can finally look and talk to the voters in the camera and not having to be responding to Ted Cruz and John Kasich and the establishment and everything else, we can talk about the issues that matter, the issues why he's running. And we'll get back to that, and those numbers will come down.
Okay. He's facing some new headaches, though, in the behind-the-scenes battle. Maybe this is one of the reasons he brought you on board, because this whole delegate game, you know, over North Dakota over the weekend, the state Republican convention there, most of the unbound delegates claimed to be leaning towards Cruz. So what experience do you have, Barry, with trying to whip up and woo these delegates to help your candidate?
Well, I mean, it was really interesting what happened in North Dakota. The Cruz people put together a slate, and 18 of the people on that slate got elected. Only 4 of them identify themselves as Cruz supporters. Some of them we out and out know are leaning our way. So we didn't object to his slate, which is why some of them won. So I think in the end, it's a lot of gamesmanship. But, you know, I think we want a plurality of the support out of North Dakota.
Well, how do you go ahead, though, playing this game? Because in Louisiana, Ted Cruz was ahead of you as well, able to go there and lobby some of those unbound delegates. You know, I think what's fascinating to me, Barry, is that in the year of the popularity of the non-politician, it turns out you actually have to be a politician.
Well, that's true. But in Louisiana, we didn't lose any delegates. We were fighting for ours. We got ours. What we were fighting over was who was going to get to sit on the Rules Committee. We wanted 2 of our people, or at least 1 of our people, to be on the Rules Committee. We got shut out of that process by having they had a secret meeting that we weren't invited to. We're working on resolving that.
Okay.
But, you know, we're doing pretty well.
All right. Barry Bennett, always appreciate your thoughts. Thanks much.